Everybody loves dads, stories, and the Marine Corps. What could be better than Marine Corps dads who tell stories? Here's another story with veteran storyteller John Sugar Jr., a Marine Corps dad.
Tonight, we're going to tell the story of the baby sea turtle that knew Kung Fu. Once upon a time, there was a baby sea turtle. And this baby sea turtle heard some things. You see, the mama sea turtle was hiding her eggs on the beach, and she was covering them with sand. And she was saying, now when all of you hatch, you need to run for the ocean as fast as you can. Because when you hatch, the evil seagulls are going to try to eat you. Ah! Well, all the little brothers and sisters were like, okay, Mom. And so they stayed in their eggs and they grew and they were getting ready, but one of them was really getting ready. One of them, Jerry, learned Kung Fu in his shell. Jerry didn't want to get eaten by seagulls. So Jerry spent all his time in his shell. Yeah. Wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah. Yeah. Wah. And all his brothers and sisters said, Jerry, I'm trying to sleep. And he was like, wah, wah, wah. And they said, Jerry! And so he went, wah, 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 very quietly. Until one day, night, actually. Because baby sea turtles hatch at night. The first egg cracked open. And the first sea turtle did poke his head above the sand. And the first seagull went, ah! And the first sea turtle went, ah! And all of them charged. All the sea turtles began hightailing it towards the ocean with their little awkward turtle legs. Ah! And the sea turtles were coming in. Trying to eat the baby sea turtles. Well, Jerry was very fast because Jerry had been working out. So he made it to the water. He was dodging, he was weaving, and he scooted past all the seagulls. Wah! Wah! And he was doing flips, and he was doing cartwheels. Wah! 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 And none of the seagulls could get him. And so the first pass of seagulls, they were all just trying to get Jerry. And then they saw the other baby sea turtles. And Jerry looked back, and he was like, oh no. My brothers and sisters, Cindy, Myra, Rick. Rick was kind of tubby, kind of a larger baby sea turtle, if you will. And he was struggling to get out of the nest. Like, he wasn't even out of the nest yet. And Jerry was like, oh no, I'm about to watch Rick get eaten. So Jerry said, my time has come. And he jumped out of the water and karate kicked a seagull. And the seagull was going, ah! And Jerry went, ah! And the seagull went, ah! As this little sea turtle came off the ground and kicked it in its daggum face. And Jerry jumped off of that seagull and then hammer kicked another seagull down into the ground. This seagull didn't even get to go, ah! His face just went, his beak went into the sand, and all you heard was, ah! And then Jerry punched it in the wing and kneed it in the kidney, and he jumped to another seagull. And all the baby turtles were running, ah! And they were like, Jerry. Because Jerry was like, wah! Yeah! Ah! And he's like shooting lasers out of his hands, and nobody even knew it. He was like, stop! Don't! And the seagull goes down. He looks like a fried chicken as he's hitting the ground. And so Jerry was beating up all the seagulls. And even Rick made it to the water. And Jerry was yelling, come on, Rick! Come, run! Run! And Rick is like, and a seagull was coming down for Rick. And Jerry said, "Not today, Isis!" and jumped into the air and uppercutted the seagull. And the seagull went, hit the ground, caught on fire. And Rick made it in the water. And so all of Jerry's brothers and sisters made it into the water because Jerry learned how to defend himself and then learned how to defend others. And that's the story of the sea turtle that knew Kung Fu.
That was another story with John Sugar Jr., a Marine Corps dad. Check the show notes for links to his Patreon and website at creativegrumbles.com.